morning, good morning. Good morning, YouTube Live. Good morning, Periscope Live. It is your main man here, H Cortez, and we're talking money in the morning live. Welcome to the broadcast. I am H Cortez, also known as the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, coming to you with our daily morning show, Talking Money in the Morning, the show that is specifically to help to encourage, inspire, motivate, engage, uplift, get you moving in a direction to get you towards your financial goals in life. So we provide practical, proven, wealth-building strategies that can take you from where you are now to where you want to be in your finances. So a few housekeeping notes, guys. If you haven't already on Periscope, hit the little man in the lower corner so that you can subscribe to the feed and get notifications every time we get ready to go live. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, then do that. That way you can get not only the notifications as we go live, as these things are scheduled, but you'll also get reminders when the replays are pushed out. So subscribe to the channel. And if you are checking me out on Facebook, really quick, let me go out here and make sure that I did share the link on Facebook. We are good. Yes, you can watch it right in your Facebook news feed. And if you haven't already liked my Facebook fan page, Financial Health Mentor, then please do that. That way you get notifications every time I post a link for the morning show. So I am super excited to have you guys with me this morning. I have an awesome topic for you. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is called income shifting. It's a revolutionary wealth building strategy that's specifically designed for working class people, and it's powerful in the sense that anybody can use these strategies to go from where they are today to where they want to be in their finances. Most working class people don't understand the four primary causes of financial challenges. So income shifting will address those four challenges so that you can overcome them systematically. And by creating just a few new habits, you can be on the road to wealth. So again, if you're just joining us, I am H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class, where we teach practical, proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all across this great nation of ours. To date, I've helped over 50 families increase their take-home pay on their job on average of $200 to $500 per month. Super excited to be a part of something like that because I know what an extra $300 a month did for me and my household budget, and how it relieved the stress of living paycheck to paycheck. Because basically what most working class people tend to find themselves in is what we call a negative cash flow cycle. So we'll talk about that, exactly what a negative cash flow cycle is and how to flip that from negative to positive. So I just want to give a few more minutes as people are jumping on. Love sharing this information with you guys. It's powerful. I believe I have truly found my calling in life. I've always been the type of person to love to motivate and encourage and uplift people. But we know that most people's stress and distress in their life is coming from some sort of financial source or some sort of financial base, and a lack of financial stability is at the essence of a lot of stress in the lives of people. We know that it is the number one cause of divorce in this country. Right after that is infidelity, and a lot of times infidelity is caused because there's the money issues. So we want to help individuals, especially those in the working class, get their money right, get money as an issue out of the way so you can start to live life. That's what this thing is all about, and that's why I'm here. That's why I bring these practical strategies, and I aim my teachings and my strategies to working class, because I believe the working class usually gets the short end of the stick, putting in the most hours, putting the country on our back, but at the same time having to struggle financially. It's not a fun place to be. It's not a fun place for me as a parent. It's not a fun place for my children, constantly having to tell them no and what we can't afford, because it'd be one thing if they didn't deserve to have the best of everything, but it's a completely different animal when we simply can't afford those things. So we teach these strategies to working class people, and we introduce primarily entrepreneurship into the family mix, because working a job only is not going to cut it. And as we get into the presentation for today, you're going to figure out exactly why. Because when you make your money with labor, right, you are taxed the most. I'm gonna say it again. When you make your money with labor, you are taxed the most. And the system that we are in is set up that way because they look at laborer as people who contribute the least, right? So you contribute the least to the system, so you're taxed the most, meaning you don't provide jobs, you don't bring anything to the system, you're actually taking from the system, so the system taxes you the most. You think about it, an employer or a business owner, they hire people and provide the system with people to tax. So they get tax breaks. So let's get ready to get on into it. It is now about 6 after the top of the hour. I'm gonna take a swig of water and we're gonna get right into it today, guys, because I am super excited to bring income shifting to you. I know if you follow me and you checked out my page, you know that I talk a lot about income shifting, and I have you those who have been interested are able to join my case study where I put you in a small group and you go through the income shifting process with a small group of people. And if you're interested in something like that, then you can simply go to www.financialhealthmentor.com, put in your best email address, and you can learn more about how you can take part in that case study. And you can work closely with me on applying these income shifting strategies in your life and flipping your cash flow from negative to positive and getting you on the road to success. So what is income shifting? Income shifting is basically this. It's the systematic way of moving from the highest tax bracket to the lowest tax bracket, or from the highest form of being taxed to the lowest form of being taxed in a seamless transition, guys, because anybody can do it. You can quit your job today, you can open a business, and immediately you're going to be taxed less as a business owner, right? But who's able to just quit their job today and open a business, right? So income shifting allows you to do this transition, but do it seamlessly, so you don't cause any additional financial stress on your family by leaving your job too soon. So it's the systematic way of moving from the highest tax situation to the lowest tax situation, and doing that transition seamlessly so that you don't cause any additional financial stress and strain onto your family. So first of all, let me talk about the two objectives that most Americans have, and that's causing us to get out of bed every morning. Some of us 6-7 days a week, some of us 12 to 16 hours per day. And it basically, what it's doing is causing us to get out of bed because we're trying to eat today, and we also want to be able to eat tomorrow. What do I mean by that? Today we got light bills to pay, we got gas to put in the car, we've got clothes to put on the children's back, we've got food to put on the table, and your labor pays for that stuff, right? But guess what? There's going to be a day that's going to come when you're either no longer physically able to work, you no longer want to work, or you're no longer needed by an employer to work. But when will the day come that you will not need an income? The day will come, but that's the day that you're in your grave, right? But so as long as you're living, you're always going to need an income. So your future lifestyle should be paid for with your investments, right? But here's the deal. Most working class people, 3 out of every 4, are living paycheck to paycheck, and as a result, don't have anything left to put to the side to create that investment account that's going to pay for their future lifestyle. All right, we're talking about 98% of Americans are not saving or investing enough money to maintain their current lifestyle through the duration of their retirement years. Meaning, you may be putting something away. You may have something year one of your retirement, year two of your retirement, but the average person after retirement is living in an additional 20 years. So think about that. You have to be putting investments to the side to maintain your current lifestyle for 20 years, right? Now, we know that Social Security exists, but how many of you guys think that Social Security is either A, going to be around when it's time for you to retire, or B, going to provide you enough that you're going to be able to maintain your current lifestyle? All right. Employers or corporations try to fix this problem by providing pensions. All right. But how many of you guys know that pensions are a thing of the past? Even the military now is going to a 401k type system. And that's just crazy to me. But that's where we are. They're putting the burden of your retirement on you. So unless you get serious about learning some financial information, you're going to struggle to create enough financial investments that's going to maintain your lifestyle and retirement. All right. Now, here's the thing. Here's the 4 challenges that are keeping you from hitting those 2 objectives. Challenge number 1 is inflation. If you haven't been aware, we call it the silent income killer because it creeps up on you and it does kill your income. All right. Inflation has a tendency in certain years to grow at a rate of 8 to 10%. But how much do you get on your cost of living raise on your job? Is it 8 to 10%, or is it more like 1 to 2%? If that is the case, you will never catch up, right? You will always continue to be falling behind. That's why some people today make twice the amount in income that they did 20 years ago, but they are struggling on the exact same level that they did 20 years ago because the cost of everything that you need to survive has also doubled. So basically, you're in the same boat today that you were 20 years ago because of inflation. There's nothing that you can do about the inflation. It's always going to be there because we deal with a fiat currency, and that basically means that the money that we have or the currency that we use is not backed by anything, so it's going to continue to decrease in value over time. Every currency that has ever been introduced on the planet has also done that, except for real money, which is gold and silver and things of that nature, right? So understand that inflation is challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 is taxes. We talked about this in the beginning of the program. And again, if you just tuning in, I am H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. We're talking about income shifting, which is a practical wealth building strategy specifically designed for working class people. And right now we're going over the 4 challenges that are keeping working class people broke, busted, and disgusted for the most part. Challenge number 1 was inflation. Challenge number 2 is taxes. Working class people, if you're earning income with labor, you are taxed the most, anywhere from 28 to 33%, right? That's just income tax. We're not even going to talk about property tax, gas tax, sales tax, state and local tax. Guys, when you finish paying taxes as an employee only, chances are you are paying roughly 50, 60, 65% of your gross income in taxes. All right. Sorry about that. Looks like my dog can go on to the back, big head. Busted his way in here this morning. So I want you guys to understand that taxes is your biggest expense. Most people don't realize that. You think about your mortgage, you think about maybe your car note, you think about maybe kids' college tuition, but it is taxes. Anywhere from 50 to 60% of your income can literally go to taxes without thinking about it. So if inflation is the silent income killer, then taxes is more like the chainsaw massacre, because there's nothing silent about Uncle Sam getting his money right off the top. All right. And then challenge number 3 is what we call the curse, otherwise known as debt. Think about it, guys. When your money is constantly losing value over time, you're paying more taxes than any other income group in the country. you tend to go into debt to try to make up the difference, right? So you go out and borrow money for a car loan. You borrow money to get educated. You borrow money for your home. You borrow money for your furniture. You borrow money on your groceries because you're using a credit card. And that is robbing you of your wealth, because every dollar that you're paying interest on is a dollar that you're not earning interest on as an investment. So please believe that debt is what's robbing you of your wealth. But you have to understand that so that you can fix it. And then the last challenge number 4, is what we like to call big business, or less than ideal cash flow decisions. All that means is we live in an economy where because the currency is constantly losing money, and the fact that it is a currency, meaning that it's no good to anybody unless it's constantly moving. It has to constantly flow like electricity. It's currency. It has to constantly move in order to be of any good to anyone. Because we are in this system, our economy is set up for a weekly stimulus, a monthly stimulus, and an annual stimulus. What do you mean by that? A weekly stimulus, everybody knows what that is. Why do you think it is that everybody gets paid at the same time? Because if you go a week without any money, as soon as you get paid, what are you going to do? You're going to stimulate the economy with that money. You're going to go out and pay some bills on Friday when you get paid. You're going to go grocery shopping when you get paid. You're going to get the car tuned up. You're going to put some gas in the car when you get paid. You're going to go do a little shopping when you get paid. You're going to go out to eat when you get paid. That stimulates the economy each and every week, right? That's big business at its best. Their job is to separate you from your hard-earned cash, right? And there's nothing wrong with capitalism. Just like money is a tool, capitalism too is a tool. It's all about who's wielding the tool that determines whether it's good or evil. I can take a hammer and build you a mansion. I can also take a hammer and crack you upside your head, right? I'm not that type of guy, but just saying, the person wielding the tool determines whether that tool is good or evil. So we have a weekly stimulus, then we have a monthly stimulus. You think about New Year's, you think about Valentine's Day in February, St. Patrick's Day in March, also spring breaks usually happen in March. You think about April, kids are having proms and things of that nature. Easter, depending on the year, maybe falling end of March, early April. May, you got Mother's Day, Memorial Day. Also, kids are preparing for graduation. June, you got Father's Day. Kids are out of school, which usually means they eat more because they're around the house more, right? Then July, you got Independence Day, one of the biggest celebrations of the year. Then August, you got kids going back to school. Kids are going off to college. September, you got Labor Day. So every month, there's a major stimulus, right? And then annually, what is the annual stimulus? The annual stimulus starts with Thanksgiving and rolls through the Christmas season, right? So big business is out to separate you from your hard-earned cash. So those are the challenges that are keeping most people broke. Now, when we talk about big business, the problem isn't that we participate, all right? Everybody is participating in capitalism in some form or fashion, unless you go completely off grid and completely separate yourself from society. You're going to be putting yourself in the place where you're participating in capitalism. The problem is most people don't have a plan for their money, so they tend to go overboard during these weekly, monthly, and yearly stimulus periods. So we want to help give you a game plan for your money. So in the last 10 minutes of the show, I'm going to talk strictly about solutions. So give me a second to get a swig of water, and we're going to get right into the solutions to overcome these 4 challenges. All right, guys, pardon the interruption. Here we go. Solution number 1 is cash flow management. You got to get control of your cash flow, the money that's leaving your house, the money that's coming into your house. You have to have strict control over it. Again, target every dollar that leaves your house, give it a specific destination. But for us, most people are living in a negative cash flow cycle. So I want you to understand that what that simply means is your lack of money is costing you money, right? Bank overdraft fees, paying bills late, you're getting hit with late fees. All right, inconvenience fees for going to the wrong ATM. That lack of money is costing you money. All right, if I went into a car dealership with bad credit and no down payment, will I get the car? Yes, but will I also pay twice for the car by the time I pay off the duration of the loan? Yes, my lack of money cost me money. I go into the same car dealership with cash. Can I talk them down? Yes, so that abundance of cash can save me money by talking them down. I pay less for the car, and plus I don't pay any interest that I would by taking out a loan. So we want to help you get into a positive cash flow cycle, and we do that with step number one, adjusting your W-4 form. 8 out of 10 people have their W-4 form filled out incorrectly, and it's costing them roughly $200 per month on average that they're overpaying in taxes to Uncle Sam. So when you adjust your W-4 form, you can give yourself a pay raise instantly of $200 to $400 per month, depending on your income level and some other factors. But most people can give themselves an instant pay raise by adjusting that W-4 form. Now, when you adjust that W-4 form, does that mean that you go out and buy a new bag, ladies? No, it doesn't. Does that mean, fellas, you go out to the pool hall and kick it and buy rounds for your friends? No, it does not. That means you have an extra $200 per month to give you that, what I call woosah feeling, right? Where you can relax a little bit because now you can get away from some of those late fees. Now you can pay some bills early instead of paying them late and save on those late fees. But more importantly, you have a windfall of cash that you can use to throw against your debt. How quickly will a credit card bill go away if you're throwing an extra $200 per month at it? All right, and every time you pay off a bill, it's like giving yourself yet another pay raise, right? So you take that extra $200 and you throw it at the credit card, get that credit card bill to disappear. You take that money from the credit card and the extra 200, then you throw it at the car note, get that car note to disappear. Now you're getting from negative to positive cash flow cycle. And once you start doing that, you're going to look at your expenses and you're going to say, you know what? I don't have to have a large cup of coffee every day. Maybe you have to have one every day, but it doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be the grande with the foam and all of that stuff. Maybe you could just cut down the basics. I was overpaying $100 per month in fees and subscriptions to things I was not even using. So that was $100 a month that could have been going into my 401k, could have been going to a Roth IRA, could have been going somewhere to help fuel my retirement and put me on the pace to getting myself on solid financial ground. But I didn't start looking at that stuff until I had a money game plan to begin with. So cash flow management is your money game plan, right? And if you decide to partner with me and my team, the Young Wealth Builders, we can help you do that in 3 months or less. All right. So cash flow management, minimize your taxes, eliminate your debt, minimize your expenses, will help get your cash flow from negative to positive and free up the cash that you need to start saving and investing. All right. Strategy number 2 or solution number 2 is what we call developing business income. Guys, when you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you have to do is stop digging. All right, so that would be stop the negative habits that got you in the hole. But then once you stop digging, you want to start climbing, right, to get out of this hole. So what we call developing business income is similar to you climbing. What that simply means is now that I have stopped the negative habits and I got control of my money, I want to add an additional stream of income for 2 reasons. Number 1, that's going to help me get out the hole a lot faster. Number 2, when you open a business of your own, you get to take advantage of all the business tax deductions. So now you can further minimize your taxes through business. And all that simply means is this: a business owner's philosophy says that my business works first, my business gets to spend second, and my business pays taxes on what's left. How does that compare to an employee mentality? The employee works first, Uncle Sam takes his second, and then the employee is trying to spend on what's left. That's a huge difference. All right, really quickly, I wanted to share a slide with you. I don't have time. We're running out of time. We're at about 5-minute mark. So I want to keep honest on time and end on time. But when you have a business, in particular a home-based business, then you can literally write off your lifestyle. You're paying a cell phone bill every month anyway, whether you have a business or not. Use that cell phone for business. Now part of that cell phone bill becomes tax deductible. You're paying rent or mortgage to stay where you live right now. If you put a home office in that space, now a percentage of your rent or mortgage becomes tax deductible, as well as all of the utilities that you use to maintain that living space, right? You're paying cable or a internet bill, that becomes tax deductible. You're driving your car for mileage. How about you start promoting your business, going to some networking events, maybe put some magnets on the side of your car. Now a lot of those miles that you drive every day anyway become tax deductible to the tune of 58 cents per mile. Guys, this is huge, because guess what? When I have a job and a home-based business, Uncle Sam allows me to take those business deductions and use them against my W-2 income. That means if I make $50,000 a year and I have $12,000 a year in business expenses, I can use that against my $50,000 income on my job, reduce that to $38,000, and now instead of being taxed on 50, I'm taxed on 38. And if you understand anything about the tax code, you know that's huge. That is huge. All right, last tax deduction we'll talk about is paying wages to your children. I have 3 children under the age of 18. They all work in my home-based business. So when I used to give them allowance, I used to give them money to go pay their club fees for basketball, pay for my son's music lessons, and things of that nature. I don't do that anymore, because when I was doing that, I wasn't getting a tax deduction. Now that they work in my business, I pay them a wage, which is tax deductible for me, for a business owner, and it's tax exempt for them up to $6,200 per year each. That means I can pay $18,600 to my children to work in my business, and that is a $18,600 tax deduction for me. So guys, that's powerful in and of itself. When you partner with us, if you so choose, you have the ability to earn unlimited $25, $50, $500, and $1,000 bonuses. And guess what our business is? Our business is teaching these strategies to other people. So if you're serious about that, simply go to financialhealthmentor.com or get back with the person who plugged you into this event and shared this with you, and ask them about how you can partner with them in the income shifting strategies, and they can help you along the way. It usually costs less than $200 to get started, and roughly $35 per month to partner with us. But you get all of those tax deductions immediately, and the $200 and $35 a month is a tax deduction. Finally, strategy number 3, excuse me, is where we're all trying to get to, right? We take all the income streams that we came from cash flow management, we take the stream that we get from our business, and we throw it into the wholesale investment market, where we can get great rates of return on that money and start developing investment income. That's what we call non-wage income, your capital gains, your dividends, all right? And guess what? Money is taxed least of all, because when you make money with money, you pay less than 15% in taxes. Guys, so the philosophy of an investor is this: my money works, I get to reinvest my money, and then my money makes more money, right? So that's what income shifting is all about, getting you from the situation where you're an employee only and you're in the highest tax situation, to getting you to become an investor where you're in the lowest tax situation. But we do that in a systematic and a seamless transition, so you don't add additional stress. So you can do this while you're working your job. Continue to feed yourself today, but make preparations to get in a better position to feed yourself tomorrow. So we are right at the bottom of the hour, guys. I'm your main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. If you want more information on our income shifting strategy, again, you can get back with the person who shared this with you. Somebody may have embedded this show on their wall, on their blog. Ask them how you can partner with them and learn more about income shifting. If you're seeing this on my page, you can always go to financialhealthmentor.com, put in your best email address, and you'll get all the details on what our income shifting program can do for you specifically. So We are out of time, guys. Thank you for checking out Talking Money in the Morning with your main man, H Cortez, aka Financial Health Mentor to the Working Class. Until I talk to you in tomorrow's episode, where we'll be talking about building wealth versus buying wealth. So again, tomorrow's episode is about building wealth versus buying wealth. So be sure to tune in to that. Until I talk to you tomorrow, guys, get your money up because you can do it. Peace out. Thanks for joining.